Hey Kevin, frustrating afternoon out there by the looks of it. Just talk me through it.
Not much to say really. It was a pretty smooth qualifying. Just I didn't have any more in it. Me and Makers on sort of different setups, but it was 2/10 or something that I was behind him, and my lap was good. There was no mistakes or anything like that, and the car actually felt fine. So it's one of those where you're P18, but it's hard to understand why. So we'll deal with it tomorrow. See what happens.
How are you feeling about tomorrow? At least there's some potential weather that might mix things up, and I know that everyone only really had this morning to prep, and has that made it a little bit more challenging?
Yeah, well, it's been the same for everyone, so it's not like we're disadvantaged like that. It's it is what it is. We are not fast today, and as you said, there's some chances of weather tomorrow, and of course in this position you hope for that.
Lance, it looked like a difficult day out there. What was it like in the car? Was it really tricky to drive around here?
No, I had a lock-up in turn 11 and I lost like 3/10, so that was it for me.
When you're looking at tomorrow and some maybe unpredictable weather conditions, more hopeful of something that can happen?
Yeah, we'll see what we can do tomorrow from 19th. Not ideal, but we'll see what we can do.
Nicky, I know that it's not been the easiest of weekends for you. What was it like out there in qualifying?
Yeah, I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, I mean, I can't be too dissatisfied with it. I mean, it was a massive improvement from FP3 to quali. I mean, again, FP3 really the first laps in the dry at this track. We really only got 2 representative laps on those quali tires in FP3 because after 1 lap the tires are already gone. So it's a very fun track to drive. It's probably one of the more enjoyable quali laps of the year. But it's just such a tricky track to get up to speed. And again, in our car, we know its weaknesses. I mean, when you see how fast we are in the straights compared to everyone else, we lose everything in the corners. I mean, the car is sliding around every corner. I mean, again, just being on the track by yourself, it's fun. I mean, obviously, when you look at the lap time after when you feel you're driving, a decent lap and you're still that far off, it's disappointing. But I mean, that's the package we have. We know that. I mean, I'm happy with the step I did. I mean, I'm not sure what the Q2 cutoff was. I mean, maybe it was 2:10 or something like that. It wasn't a perfect lap. There was some little mistakes here and there. So, yeah, it's what it is. I mean, I probably would have been starting at the back anyways with my penalty. So, we'll see what we can do in the race tomorrow.
With a car that's so tricky through the corners, you expecting a pretty long afternoon tomorrow?
I think it'll be tricky. I mean, it's been very windy as well. I mean, already from the first lap in FP3 in the dry. The wind sensitivity was unbelievable, probably amongst the highest I've ever felt it. Also because it's quite gusty here, so it's not just consistent wind, it's like quite variable. So just catching you out quite a bit. It's obviously very, very high speed, very exposed, lots of undulation, so kind of a lot of factors contributing to a perfect storm that makes it a bit tricky. So it'll be difficult, but if anything happens where we're able to make up a few positions, I mean, with the straight line speed advantage we have, I think we're going to be pulling away from people even in DRS, so it's could be interesting.
Hey Alex, just half a tenth missing out on qualifying. How are you feeling?
Yeah, frustrated to be honest. It was definitely an opportunity to get into Q2 today. Basically it was just the out lap. It was got a bit slow in sector 3, so tyres were really cold, and it was one of them laps where you can feel the tyres aren't ready. It's sliding around very quickly early in the lap, and then because it slides around, it overheats. And when you overheat around here, especially more than any other circuit, it's very detrimental to lap time, and just the grip falls away. So I mean, annoying to be honest.
I know that you had a lap deleted really early on in the session. Did that kind of put you a little bit on the back foot through?
Not too much. It's a bit annoying because it was the same line I've been doing all weekend. But the FIA don't really tell us, and then they tell you when you're in qualifying, and by that point you're kind of like, well, I wish you told me earlier, else I wouldn't have done it before. But anyway, it didn't really affect me, to be honest.